Autofocus problems can manifest in two main ways. Okay, the first one is almost imperceptible, almost like a brief zoom in and zoom out again, and it will look something a bit like this. The second one is where the camera tries to regain focus for some reason or other, and it looks a bit like this. Now, all of the problems with autofocus boil down to some relatively simple and easy to control settings, or easy to control environmental things, which we can all look out for. Now, firstly, the obvious thing to say if you want to get rid of autofocus problems is turn it off. Set your focus manually, all of these problems go away, everybody's happy. Problem is in a lot of cameras, certainly webcams and things like that, you don't get that choice. You might, if you're lucky, be able to lock focus on phones and things, but more often than not now, you can't turn the autofocus off because, as I say, they're built for people to just take quick and easy photographs, people who don't want to know about the settings and whatnot that go on behind, and they let the camera do it all for them. So the first thing to be aware of with autofocus is, as I say, the camera tries to take focus across the whole image, not just a portion of it usually. Now, this means that they don't deal terribly well with movement. Side-to-side movement, you probably will be all right. But when you come towards a camera or move away from the camera, then the camera has to try and adjust its focus as you're moving. And that's the kind of movements that will cause an issue. So you just need to be aware that if you are not careful, that's the sort of thing where you should look out for problems. So what other things can you do about autofocus? Well, the easiest one is light levels. The more light you have in an area, the easier it is for the camera to be able to see what's going on and keep track of things. So making sure you've got plenty of light, and I'll talk a bit more about light in general a bit later on, but making sure you have plenty of light in an area is always a good thing. The other thing to do is to be really careful of your color choices. And by that, what I mean is, if you are wearing light colors and you are dancing or performing in an area with light background, it's not uncommon that the camera, while it's trying to take its focus across a whole image, will kind of lose you, and then it will try and do a refocus and find you where you are. The same goes for dark colors. If anything that's too similar, remember the cameras are not as good as differentiating colors as a human eye is. So if you're wearing dark colors and have a dark background, you sort of blend into the camera, and it will try and it'll lose its focal point. So being aware of your color choices certainly will help minimize focus issues